Hello, welcome to the Bible in 5 years. My name is Armando. We are reading the Bible in chronological order, and it's going to take us 5 years. Well, we're starting in chronological order. After the reading, I will give more explanation, or I will tell you what this project is about. But we're going to start with the reading, and I already changed my music for reading. So today is day 168. Plans for the table. Exodus chapter 25, verse 23 to on. 23 and then on. Then make a table of acacia wood, 3 feet long, 1.25 feet wide, and 2.25 feet high. Overlay it with pure gold and run a molding of gold around it. Put a rim about 3 inches wide around the top edge and put a gold molding all around the rim. Make 4 gold rings and put the rings at the 4 corners by the 4 legs, close to the rim around the top. These rings will support the poles used to carry the table. Make these poles from acacia wood and overlay them with gold. And make the gold plates and dishes, as well as pitchers and bowls, to be used in pouring out drink offerings. You must always keep the special bread of the presence on the table before me. We have come to the end of our reading. Like I said, we don't read long stories. Since they're talking about what God is telling them to build for worshiping Him and all that in the Old Testament. We got to keep it in the form of a story, like the ark, the table, the lampstand, the tabernacle. And people who have read the Bible, they're gonna be like, boring. I don't want it. The reading is too small. This program is aimed for those who have not read the Bible. We don't want to bore them with a lot of reading. No, this project podcast is aimed for people who have not read the Bible. They don't know what the Bible says. They're not familiar with the Bible. Maybe they don't even care about the Bible. But the purpose is to read the Bible in chronological order, in the form of a story, but make it short and sweet. We only read like from 5 verses to 43. That's the maximum. So I will read some long ones, but when there are short ones, I gotta read them too. But they're stories. And the purpose is that we read them like that, so you remember and I remember what we read. And because if I read 2 or 3 different chapters of the Bible from 2, 3 different books, at the end, I'm not gonna remember what I read. I'm gonna be all tired to record a lot of shows, because I need a lot of shows one for every day. And I can't do that, it's too long. So, story every day, even if it's short, and some of them will be longer. But it's easier on me, and it's easier on the other end, that whoever is listening. Because again, this project is not for the 99. This project is for the one. People who are not, and I don't try and, if you're listening and you're not from the 99, meaning Christian, it's okay. Don't worry about it. I'm not trying to make you a Christian. I'm not trying to make you go to church or any of that. No. I just want you to get familiar with the Bible. Maybe pick your interest to get familiar with the Bible, and then, it's your own deal. God, and the Bible says that God speaks through His Word, and His Word does whatever He wants to do in people's lives and hearts. So it's up to God to do something with you, or you to choose to say, okay, I like this stuff, or I don't care. And you can still listen to if you don't care, but at least you get informed. So people come around you talking about God and the Bible to annoy you. Let's say you say, like, you know what? I know what the Bible says. I'm not a Christian, but I know what the Bible says because I listen to this crazy guy who reads terrible, has a heavy accent, but I have listened to all these stories. I don't know, maybe. Anyways, so that's the whole idea and the purpose of this show and program. I went off the tangent today. Let me know where you're listening from. or where are you watching from? And remember, we're on YouTube, Facebook, and Spotify. Like and subscribe. Share it with your friends, with your neighbors, with your enemies, ones that you don't like.